In today's Sharp Saturday video, we're going to take a look at a knife which is from a place I don't think we reviewed any knives from before. This one is from the Czech Republic and is the Acta Verba P300. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. And like I said, the folks at Acta Verba, I'm not sure what that means, if anything, but over in the Czech Republic were kind enough to send me one of their P300 fixed blade knives to check out. It's a pretty cool knife. It's got some pretty cool features, and I think you're going to like it. I'm interested in seeing how well this thing performs. And you know we got to balance test this, right? It's even got a little tail feather on it. So first, as always, I'd like to give a big thank you to the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited for making these Sharp Saturday videos possible. And the way they do that is, if you join Big Daddy Unlimited at 99 cents for the first 30-day membership, and you like it and stick around and continue your membership at the $10 a month or $100 a year level, then they will throw me a couple of bucks for introducing you. So if it's a win for you, it's a win for me, and if not, not. So I think that's a good way of doing things. So anyway, just go to survivalonpurpose.com/BDU and you can get your first 30 days for 99 cents, see if it helps you out. So let's talk about the P300 from Acta Verba. And I think the best way to do that is going to be to get down to the old stump top, talk about the specs and details, and then get to doing some of that knife stuff. Okay, here is the Acta Verba P300, and I've got the sheaths, the optional sheaths, potential sheaths that come with it here. Let's we'll talk about these in a minute. Let's talk about this blade for just a minute. It has a 5.5 inch blade of 0.2 inch thick stone washed N690 steel with a 58 Rockwell hardness. And for those of you still stuck in that old metric system like they probably are over in Czech Republic, that's 140 millimeters long by 5 millimeters thick. Has an overall length of 10.6 inches or 270 millimeters, and features textured black G10 handles, and it weighs 9 ounces or 255 grams. Has a lanyard loop on the end of the inset on the handle on the full tang. Into the tang comes with either a leather or a Kydex sheath, your choice, depending on which one you choose. The Kydex sheath has these MOLLE straps on back that you can use for belt loops or attached to MOLLE. Man, these mosquitoes are eating me alive here. And it fits very nice. It's got a nice drain hole in the bottom of it. I like me some Kydex myself. But the leather sheath is also really nice. It's a deep carry leather sheath like so. Loop carry, so very, very well made, nicely made, welted. It's just a nice looking sheath. I mean, I think that altogether, everything about this is quality. The knife feels really good in your hand. The G10 handles are nice and rounded. It's got a sharpening choil here, which means you can get it all the way to the point here. It feels good in your hand. It feels real balanced. We're obviously going to check that out. One thing it does not have anywhere is any kind of a sharp spine of any kind. There's not even any hint of that, so we're not even going to bother trying to strike a ferro rod on it because this is not there. It's completely rounded for comfort. And that's pretty common amongst knives in general. I think the sharp spine thing is really relegated to more recent bushcraft style knives. So anyway, we're going to do some knife stuff with it anyway and see how well it works and do all we can without the sharp spine. But so it's available, like I said, with either sheath, and it's also available with optional serrations. And the list price is anywhere from $192 to $234, depending on which options, combinations you choose. Street price on this thing is around $170-ish on websites I could find. So let's do a little knife stuff with it and see how well it holds up. So I've got this piece of, I don't know what it is. It's pretty stinking hard wood though. And I had somebody on a recent video say that I should be trying to cross baton. That's a much better test of a knife than splitting with it, because you can split with a a butter knife. Okay, well, I'll give them that. And I've done some cross batoning before, but we're going to try it with this one. We'll just see if we can cross baton this thing. So it's a lot harder to video because it wants to stick in there, but we're just going to do it. Oh, you know what we forgot before we do that? The old redneck sharp test. Let's give it a shot. Oh man. I'm trying all different parts of the blade because somebody accused me of cheating on the last one using different parts of the blade, and my gosh, man, every part of the blade is stinking sharp. So, okay, it passes the redneck sharp test with flying colors. This is a pretty big piece of wood to be cross batoning, by the way. I normally would just saw something like this. I wouldn't try to cut something like this with a knife, but we're gonna do a little bit of chopping with it just to see cross batoning versus chopping, because it's not really weighted to be a chopper. Come on, what are you doing, buddy? I gotta watch him because he'll grab the leather sheath. Watch out, buddy, it's sharp. Watch out. Look out. Move, buddy, move. Get back. I don't want you to get hurt. Here, come on. Go get it. That dog will chase anything. Okay, you know what? We'll be here all day doing this. You can see that it did just fine. And just to check, can we get me shave you and see how it works? Do the Kuma sharp test? No, get back. Get back, I don't want you to get hurt. Still shaves, okay. No, you cannot have my stick, get back. So now what I thought we would do, we'll do a little normal batoning, splitting. We'll split this sucker right here out, see what happens. Get back, buddy. He minds like a husky too. So yes, admittedly, it is much easier to split long ways, longitudinally. So this is kind of rotted looking here. Let's see how well it'll carve some feathers. Because it has a pretty high flat grind or saber grind. I had somebody chastise me because I said that the one of the knives that I was looking at, I think it was the BK9, they called it a flat grind, and I said it was a saber grind, and somebody said no, that's actually a flat grind. So I don't know, whatever. It starts tapering about right here and goes down to a little secondary bevel. So there you go, whatever you want to call that. I've never been into the whole technical thing of what you got to call stuff, but it's getting the job done. It's carving some nice little curly curls there. So we'll push that aside for a minute. I've got some, you know I do. Okay, so I got some fat wood here. Obviously, this is the piece that I found, I think, in my first fat wood video about how to find fat wood about 7 years ago. And it's been stored on the ground here at Survival and Purpose Worldwide headquarters. And just to show you, let me just carve off a little chunk of that. Carve off some, it just oxidizes, the exterior oxidizes, and the interior stays, oh, golden goodness, and got that nice smell. Can you smell that? Oh man, it's so good. Okay, so anyway, we're going to carve off some little fat wood stuff here for a minute and see if we can. I don't think we'll be able to scrape any. This thing just doesn't. It's not scraping anything. There's nothing sharp. There's not an edge on here other than the blade to scrape. And I know there's people that say, well, you know, just scrape with your blade. And if I was in a survival situation and I had to, I would. But you know, actually, what I would probably do first in a true survival situation is I would go to my default everyday carry ferro rod, and I've got it right here. Let me just show you. What I really like about this ferro rod is attached to a small canister of butane. It's got a built-in striker, and I can light it just like that and usually get a fire going pretty quick with it. Especially if you throw in some fat wood, you can get a fire going like right now. best ferro rod ever invented right there, I guarantee. I know a lot of purists might say, oh, that's cheating, but I guarantee you if Daniel Boone or Davy Crockett had one of these available, they'd have had one with them. So there we go. Fire prep, rock and roll good. Fire starting, not so good. Okay, well that was some of the practical knife testing of the, what is that thing, Acta non-Verba, I always forget, I want to say Action. Acta non-Verba P300 from the Czech Republic. And real briefly, did pretty good. Actually did very, very good on the redneck sharp test, both before and after the carving. I beat the heck out of it cross batoning on that log, and it held up just fine. Obviously it split really well. Great job of carving. I mean, it really did a great job of carving. This has got a great edge on it. This N690 holds an edge good. It's really good steel. It's pretty corrosion resistant, and it's also pretty tough. The G10 handles are very comfortable, very smooth and rounded. But speaking of rounded, the one ding I'll give this one is from a bushcrafty perspective anyway, if that's a word. There's nowhere sharp on here to strike a ferro rod. You can certainly take care of that with a file, but it's intentionally rounded off for comfort. A lot of people do that. I think that's pretty traditional, but I personally like me some sharp on there. But it did a really good job of everything else. And but as you know, here at Survival on Purpose, we're all about the science. And to that end, we maintain a cutting-edge, state-of-the-art testing facility here. And one of the tests I like to put all fixed blades through is the aerodynamic balance test. And to do that, we use the balance, orientation, and rotation device. So I'm going to take the tail feathers off. That usually interferes with my testing. So let's just see. There's been zero calibration done. So we're starting from a no calibrated state. And we'll just see how well this thing performs and how well it works on the balance, orientation, and rotation device. You want to? Let's do it. Ooh, the sun is in my eyes. Oh. I can't see anything for the sun. Let me get over here. There's really nowhere I can stand and not be in the sun, so let me just deal with it. I put my hand over my eyes. Get back, Kuma. Okay, that's two non-calibrated misses, and I'm gonna blame the sun because it really is hard to see. Kuma, you gotta go. I don't want you to get a ricochet. Come here, buddy. Come here. Kuma, we'll chase this. Go chase it, buddy. Should we try again? Okay, got one. Oh man. Okay. I kind of figured this was going to be very well aerodynamically balanced because the handle's so smooth, but I can't see. Okay, we're going to try one more just for the end of it. Whoop, 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 whoop. You know I can't leave it like that. We're going to call it balanced because I can't see. Okay, as I said, we're going to call this one balanced. I'm sure the mosquitoes are eating me alive right now. I've just got sweat running on my glasses, and I was blind throwing this thing. So let's wrap this sucker up before something bad happens. Again, this is the Acta non-Verba P300 made in the Czech Republic, and N690 steel, G10 handles. Very well balanced. The only ding I can give this one is no sharp spine, and that's not, an oversight on their part. I'm sure that's intentional because it makes the knife a lot smoother. But I like this knife. It's very well balanced and it feels good, and it's kind of different. So again, street price on this one's around 170-ish, and it's optional with a kydex or leather sheath. So thanks to the folks at Acta non-Verba Knives for sending me this so I could show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single video, because YouTube's doing a really bad job of notifying people these days, I invite you to go to survivalonpurpose.com/subscribe. Get signed up for my weekly email newsletter. Every week I'll send you an email with links to videos and other stuff. Occasionally have a newsletter giveaway, and I really appreciate your support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. Be prepared. I'll see you next time.